So I recently visited Clinton County Motorsports in Wilmington, Ohio. They were hosting a used bike demo day, and I had the opportunity to ride a few interesting motorcycles. One of them being the 2024 Kawasaki ZX-6R. Now, for those of you who have been watching for a little while, you know I'm a Suzuki guy through and through. But after about 15 minutes on this motorcycle, I felt like I was cheating on my Gixxer. Now, I know that the livery on this is a little controversial. People will either love that 90s gaudy vibe or they'll hate it. Personally, I really like it, and I think the green wheels in particular look really cool. Kawasaki didn't just slap on some stickers here. This is their 40th anniversary edition. It has a silver painted frame and swing arm, which is different because it's usually black. That's intended to mimic the old ZX-R 750s. You get gold painted Showa forks, the aforementioned lime green wheels, and that championship style 40th decal on the tank. So I want to talk about the ergonomics and the fit. You know, I'm a big guy. Now, when I sat on the ZX-6R in the showroom, I hated the fit. My knees pressed into the edges of the fuel tank in a way that caused actual physical pain. And so I thought the bike was too small. And that's a problem I have with a lot of motorcycles, where if the fuel tank has maybe some rounded corners, they will dig into the sides of my knees, and then I won't want to ride that bike. Kawasaki has that issue for me, as well as Aprilia. Aprilia is a big problem for me. But with this bike, the second I got moving, it felt like a match made in heaven. Once your feet are on the rear pegs, the geometry of it all just clicks. It's a typical aggressive super sport position, but it's shockingly comfortable for the street. It just proves that you can't judge a bike until the kickstand is up and you're rolling. So under the fairings, you've got that legendary 636cc inline 4. Now, I want to let you know for 2024, Kawasaki revised the cam profiles and intake funnels to meet emissions standards. The pickup, though, is incredible. It doesn't feel anemic or anything like that down low like some 600s do. The sound starts out as a really deep mechanical rumble, builds into that classic scream that you all love and enjoy. It has a quick shifter on it, but it was upshift only, I believe, so just keep that in mind. However, the acceleration on this bike is seamless, so smooth. It gives you supreme confidence that the power is just always right there whenever you need it with a flick of a wrist. Now, getting towards the end of the review here, I want to talk about the tech, the price, and then the elephant in the room. So first of all, the tech, I think it's top tier. It's got a really nice looking tachometer on here. You can, I believe, connect your smartphone to it, and it's got that ABS, which is honestly some of the best braking technology that I've ever experienced. Price-wise, the MSRP on these was about $12,650. Today you can get a used one. You typically find them with low miles, I'll explain why. And they hover between $9,500 and $12,500. If you can find one for $10K, I would jump on it. However, Kawasaki has been having some issues lately. There's a massive reason why you might want to wait to purchase one of these. There's a high-stakes engine recall involving over-torqued crankcase bolts that has some of these bikes under a do-not-ride order. I've been riding for 3 years. This is the second such recall that I have heard of regarding the ZX-6R. Something to definitely keep in mind when you're considering a purchase, and I'm actually going to be making a separate video discussing this issue because it's bad news for Kawasaki. But in the meantime, I want to thank you all so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please hit a thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and leave a comment down below. I want to know your thoughts on the ZX-6R and Kawasaki's issues with keeping them on the road. And as always, ride safe. Later.